Your Monday morning with us. Now, we have something really cool from Dyson. Now, you all know the Dyson name. They give us really innovative products. They are known for performance and style. And we are looking at the tower. It's a tower fan, but it is bladeless. This is so cool. Now, this is going to be a money saver for you. If you think about, powerful cooling technology, the fans that you have in your house now, they're not cooling you. They're just kind of moving the hot air around. This is actually going to move the air, but also cool as well. These are energy efficient. It has an oscillation feature. They're sleek, they're compact, they're quiet, and summer's coming up, so you definitely want to be able to save on that AC bill. The sale price today that we have is incredible. This was about $370. You are getting it home today for customer appreciation pricing for $70 on that FlexPay and free shipping and handling. Now, to tell us all about the features, how this works, the amazingness of Dyson, we have the brand ambassador and Dyson expert, Gemma Kent, is with us. Hey, Gemma.
Hi, this is our first time together.
This is.
Just you and I.
I know, right?
We had Tina one time.
We did. This is, you're pretty in pink.
Oh, thank you.
I love it. I love it.
Radiant in red.
Thank you.
Yes. And thank you for joining us. What's missing here? No blades,
right?
No choppy air. It's safe for little fingers, little toes, little tails. But as we're entering those warmer months, I promise you it's coming. Let's be proactive, not reactive. When you're working with Dyson, you've got that team of engineers and scientists. You know the proof is in the pudding, right? They've got that brand loyalty, that brand trust. The 2-year warranty, whatever we're discussing today, you should feel that confidence that that's what you're going to be receiving. And all you need to worry about is bringing the breeze. You've got 10 individual speed settings. So there's no low, medium, and high. Dyson solves problems other people ignore. And a fan with just low, medium, and high was not enough. So you can select your favorite airflow, and then you're going to get that uninterrupted stream of powerful airflow. Now, I don't know about you, but if you've never experienced working with Dyson before and their air multiplication, we shouldn't really just call it a fan because it's air multiplication technology. So what we're going to do, the air drawn in the base is actually going to come out up to 15 times more. That's their multiplication part. A little bit of math for this Monday morning. And we're going to give you that breeze. Now, we call it a cooling fan, though not an air conditioner, but the way that we manipulate the airflow, which Dyson are, the masters at manipulating airflow, they're going to be able to send that stream of powerful airflow to you with no interruptions. Now we have a handy dandy little animation here. We're going to draw in that air at the base, and that's when it's going to be increased in velocity. You know, that's just volume of airflow. By sending it up to that mixed flow impeller with scalloped edges, everything serves a purpose. It's going to increase in velocity, so the more air there, it's going to get captured, and then it's going to get pushed beautifully across those scalloped edges through to the loop. Now, even in the loop there, it's not going to end. We've got an aperture, which is a fancy word for gap, that's 1.8 millimeters, and it's going to push that air over that foil, similar to an aeroplane wing, and it's going to come out at you and encourage entrainment and entrapment to send that airflow to you, and that's why you get that cooling breeze. Isn't that lovely?
It's so cool, and I'm standing here, I'm actually getting a little cold because of the cool air. It's cold in the studio, but I'm feeling it as it oscillates over to me, and I mean, I'm over here, and it's strong, I can feel it, but I don't hear it.
Thank you for mentioning that. So we've actually made it acoustically quieter than their predecessors, and we actually have over here, if we go down a trip memory lane, a lot of different fans. You can see the heavy top fans, you can see the box fans, you can see the low fans, and what you were mentioning there, the oscillation. Now, the oscillation is actually 90 degrees. Everything is like in degrees and so specific. It's the engineering. All you need to worry about is switching it on. But if you've ever used one of these before, you already know that experience. If you haven't tried a Dyson bladeless fan before that's air multiplication, you don't know the experience because it is so unique. Patented, and I just checked this out, this is nuts. Over 3,500 global patents exist for Dyson.
Oh.
And that's because only Dyson does a Dyson. And that's why these all serve their purpose. But the bladeless fan is a perfect marriage between engineering and design that you're not going to bury it in the attic. You're not going to, you know, conceal it in the cellar or put it in the basement or put it in the closet that you have to dig it out. Now it's going to live proudly in your home. And I'm telling you, talk about a conversation piece.
I mean, it is. It's so sleek, right? It's so quiet. Now, I want to let you know at home, you do have two options to choose from. It's either the black or the white. Obviously, those are going to match anything that you have in your home. And it's an incredible deal today. This is almost $100 off. You're getting this home for $70 on that FlexPay and free shipping. And this is substantial. I mean, shipping itself would be quite a fee, but today it is free shipping for you for on that customer appreciation price as well. But you know, summer's coming up, right? And I think a lot of us, I know for me, if it's not summer, I don't have to run the AC. My bill's manageable. I get to the summer months, Gemma, and it's 3 times as much, right?
Right.
It's more than my car payment. It's car payment and car insurance combined. Just for my electric bill, does that happen to you in the summer months because you have to crank up the AC? Now you can help be more efficient and save a little bit of money by being able to have your Dyson fan. Because remember, this is a cooling fan as well. It's not just pushing around that hot air, right, Gemma?
Absolutely, and you're right about, you know, when you utilize your air conditioning in your home, you're going to take care of your whole home. But do you live in the living room, the kitchen, the bathroom, your bedroom, your guest bedroom, your study? Do you live in all those rooms at once? Of course we don't. So what you've got here is that bladeless air multiplication technology that's only £6.5. Remember, a gallon of milk is £8.5, so this is less, and you're going to get that powerful airflow. Let me just not tell you about it. Let me show you on this beautiful Monday morning. We're going to bring the lights down in the studio and we're going to have a bit of fun. Supported with the use of fog, I'm going to demonstrate that air multiplication technology, that projection capability, and remind you of why you don't need to sit right next to the Dyson AM07. You can sit across the room because not only are you going to get that powerful projection, as you can see here, you're also going to have a remote control. It's curved and magnetized, so it sits atop of your machine. And I say machine because it feels like I'm being too humble when I say just a fan. And you're going to have multiple different settings, whether it's your airflow settings, whether it's your sleep settings, whether it's your oscillation, which is a fancy word for turning side to side. The remote on here is beautiful. It's so simple. It's so easy to use. There's no class to take. There's no book to read. Everything is demonstrated by an image. The smaller circle means you're going to get less airflow. The larger circle means you're going to get more airflow. And then you're going to have that sleep setting. Now, I don't know if you're like me, but I go to bed one temperature and wake up another.
Oh, yeah.
That means somewhere in the middle of the night, something's happening that I'm not aware of because I'm in snooze land. Well, your Dyson fan doesn't have to be in snooze land unless you choose it to be. So you can have this switch itself off from 15 minutes all the way to 9 hours. Now, I'm a bit of a princess when it comes to bedtime. I love my duvet, but I love a breeze. So I have to sleep with my bladeless fan because I like the acoustic engineering. I want the breeze, but I don't want to feel like I'm sitting in the middle of a tornado.
Well, you know, I love that you said that because I have, and maybe you do at home, you've tried to put a fan on, and the fan is so loud, right? It's just making noise, and that's all you hear, and you're not able to sleep, right? Now you get the cooling effect, so it's not the hot air being pushed around. This is cooling technology that you are getting, and it's quiet. You can't, I am right next to it. Well, that is what you hear, but I'm right next to these right now. You can't hear it. And it's working. I can feel it. I said I was getting cold because all the fans are on and I'm getting cold in here because I can feel that. And that's what you can have in your home too for just $70 on a FlexPay. Now, I mean, we all know the name Dyson, Gemma, right? We think about that technology. We think about cutting edge. That's what this is. This is, like you said, it's not just a fan.
No, it isn't. And I'm so glad you mentioned that because it is an honor for me to represent Dyson. Remember, I'm from England. And what we forget is, it is a brand that we aspire to because there's that trust, there's that loyalty, because they solve problems other people ignore. Now, trust and loyalty doesn't come from just making machines that look pretty. They have to do exactly what we're describing. So you get that 2-year warranty. Now, the aspiring to is where our relationship with HSN comes in. And that's what's so wonderful to bring this to you. You know, Adam, I was with him the other evening and we were discussing the Dyson AM07 and we had to say, it's not refurbished, it's brand new.
Yeah.
Because the price point in HSN, we have all of these like little treats. But the Dyson AM07, what's different? If you have never experienced Dyson before, this is your foot in the door. This is the way to experience it, because it is going to blow you away. You've got that AM07, it's the Dyson Bladeless Cool AM07 fan. That's a mouthful. All you need to worry about is switching it on. The technology, the engineering, they do all the figuring out. You just feel the benefit. Now the design, I say it's a perfect marriage between, you know, art and design and engineering, because you're able to get that uninterrupted stream of powerful airflow. Now, why do we head to the beach in the summer? It's picturesque, yes, but it's that constant breeze from the ocean. It can be cooler. When I look at the Florida map, now remember, I grew up in a village in England. We didn't have the temperatures that exist in Florida. It's so ridiculous. But when I look at the map, I can see temperatures, you know, you've got your temperatures in the middle of the island, and then you go out to the edge where the coast is, and it's cooler. Yeah. And then we get into the feels like, which is just ridiculous. So we're about to get to those high temperatures and those feels like, and you're just sweating even thinking about it. So be proactive, not reactive. Because when it comes to buying one from a shop because you're just sweating and you need a solution, this is what your choice is. What you want to be able to have delivered right to your doorstep, you don't even have to leave, is a Dyson AM07. And now, have you experienced the bladeless fan before? Have you experienced the uninterrupted stream of airflow?
This is my first time, I will say. So, you know, I wasn't sure what to expect.
Yeah.
And so as soon as I came in here, this is right before we started, Gemma, I went like this because I'm all the way up here and I'm just walking towards the camera now. Sorry, people, everyone. But I can feel the airflow. And I mean, how many feet away am I right now? And I feel the cool air, right? I mean, it doesn't even look like, you're like, is it doing anything? But you can actually feel it. I would say get this home and try it out. If this is your first Dyson product, then let this be the one that opens the doors for you, because this really is remarkable. Like I said, I'm shivering right now. I'm gonna not stand in front of it, Gemma. But I think about too, as we move into the months, maybe you're not somewhere like Florida where it's so hot all the time, although they are saying this is going to be the hottest year on record. But that means everyone's going to be having their AC pumping. If you live somewhere like Texas and other places, sometimes power goes out because it is so hot there. Everyone's running their air conditioning. Now you can get something that is going to be effective for you, because it's going to help save you money but keep you cool. It's going to do the job that you need it to do. And all you have to do is get it home. It is $70 for you. You have 30 days. Turn it on, try it out, and see it for yourself. That's all I can say, Gemma, because we can talk about it all day, but until you get it home and feel that technology and understand it, I mean, this really is a game changer.
It is a game changer, and I'm so glad you mentioned the weather, because, you know, we can't really control what's going on outside. Because it's record-changing, you know, experiences, which I feel like they say that every year, so we're just getting hotter and hotter. But you can absolutely use it every day, all the year through, because what do we do when it's cold outside? We crank up the heat and it gets stuffy, it gets uncomfortable, the air gets stagnant, you know, it's still. We need a bit of a breeze. That's why I say, you know, jokingly but seriously, bring the breeze. Get that airflow in your home. Remember, we're going to be getting to those hotter temperatures, but you can utilize this now. I actually spoke to my mother-in-law yesterday. She sent a beautiful picture of it snowing in Colorado. Does she still use her gift that I sent her? The Dyson Bladeless fan? Of course she did, because she wants to keep that air moving. Air multiplication technology, I mean, it's going to assist you as well. What, you know, Suzanne Runyon mentioned this to me. If you've got your air conditioning unit on and you've got the air multiplication technology, you're only going to multiply the air that's in the home. So it's going to encourage that airflow around your space. You know, I'm all for saving money wherever I can. I'm also, you know, being conscious and efficient. This is 10% more efficient than its predecessor, whilst also packing that punch in 10 individual airflow settings. So set it where you need it, whether you're tinkering in the garage, whether you're sitting on your covered lanai, whether you're in your living room, your bedroom, your kitchen, wherever it is that you need that breeze, pop it. Now, a bit of housekeeping for you. It's 6.5 feet cord, means that your plug sockets in your home, which we all know are never put in the most convenient spot. That's why, you know, the extension cords do so well. This has a 6.5 feet cord, so you can decide where you want to put your Dyson Bladeless fan. It can live, and I say it's like a dinner plate size. So if you want to try it out, pop a dinner plate on the floor and you know it's going to work. And then just sit back, relax in your bed, in your favorite chair, wherever it is, and use this beautiful curved remote. Now the curved remote is so, may I ask you to hold it?
Yes.
I said this to Guy the other day. Doesn't it feel luxurious?
It like fits my thumb.
I know.
It's so cute.
It's so lovely.
Oh, this is perfect.
And it's magnetized and it's curved and it's got all the features that we're discussing. So you don't have to sit right next to it. You can be across the room.
Right.
And when you come to store it, pop it on. I'm going to give it a bit of a wobble. It's not going anywhere.
So it's not the where's the remote game?
Where's the remote
Sit
game?
up so I can see. Are you sitting on it?
Right.
Yeah.
And they're getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
I think they're made to play that hide and seek, you know?
No, I love it. Now, how tall does this sound? Because I know we have it on something right now, Gemma, but how tall is this?
39.6 inches.
Okay.
So just shy of 3.5 feet tall. So you've got that, we call this in our range our tower fan. So what that means for you is you just get more airflow because it's the larger tower, which is fantastic. And like I said, it's around a dinner plate, around 7.5 inches wide, and the loop itself is about 4.5 inches. But this is where it really shocks me. It's only 6.5 pounds.
It's light.
It's so light. If you want to carry it from room to room, you can.
Right, you don't need one in each room, just carry it with you. But I will say, from standing where I was, you know, our studio space is large, right? But look at your TV right now. Think about the spaces you have in your home. Maybe you have it, like I have a large floor plan at my house, Gemma. Maybe I have it set up in the living room, but my living room also, you know, goes into my dining room because I'm in a ranch style house. I can still feel it when I'm on the other side of the room because of that power of it.
Getting more and more popular.
Yeah.
I feel like people are knocking down walls everywhere in their homes. They're wanting that open plan. So let's get that airflow to match that open plan. Get it flowing. But if you still have that lovely separate rooms, which is what I grew up with, then you can go ahead and pop it in the room you're using as well. That's what we say. Use it in the room that you're occupying. And now with the airflow technology, which I want to demonstrate again, is we're going to bring the lights down and we're going to show you that projection capability. Because unfortunately for us, you know, air is invisible and we can't necessarily just see it. So I use fog here to demonstrate how it continues to push. And if I can ask you at home, just to continue watching as I've switched off the fog machine, because it's continuing to push that airflow across the space. Now remember, you have 10 individual airflow settings, so you can have it whatever setting you want. I suggest if you want it, you know, just to feel a gentle breeze, 1 to 4. If you want a little bit more oomph, I wouldn't say that's a technical term, but it is for me, take it between 5 and 10. And then remember, you've got that sleep setting. Isn't that silly to think about? You get a bit spoilt when you're working with Dyson because everything is engineered to solve problems other people ignore. But then you think the design, he did attend art school first before he became this worldwide engineering, would you say magnet? I don't know. How would you describe Sir James Dyson? So I do feel it's the perfect marriage between the design and the engineering, so you are going to leave it out. Look here, it's in a bedroom. It was in the living room before. You can pop it in your study, your kitchen, wherever it is that you're occupying. We're actually getting ready for a garage sale in our household, so that means I'm spending a lot of time in the garage. And I don't know if you've noticed the temperatures in Florida, but they're a bit ridiculous already. And so what we've done, we're actually using our Dyson Bladeless fan in the garage, because even when it comes to, you know, garages can be a little bit dirtier than inside our homes. So when it comes to cleaning, it's so easy, you just wipe it out. There's no solvents you need to use. There's no complicated like earbuds or something to try and get in between the crate. There's no blades, safe for little fingers, little toes, little tails. And it even means it's easy for you to clean. And I did all that with this switched on. And that's why I bring my pinwheel.
That's right, it was on. Now, I have to say, if you just saw the demonstration about a minute ago, Gemma was on the other side. She was showing, we had the lights down, and she was using kind of the fogging fan to show, because we can't show the air, right? The studio is really big, and I don't know how many feet away, but I was all the way over here, and Gemma's on the other side of the room where you can see all the way over there. And I could still feel it. That's how powerful this is. So, you know, when you get this home, I think you're going to be really surprised. I mean, what is that distance here? I'm not even sure. I mean, this is crazy.
Because I do like to say it's like up to around 19 feet.
I mean, that's got to be, I would say about that, right? From where I was, but you could see it when we had the fogger on. But that's the kind of power that you are getting in this tower fan. Now, remember, this is the newest. This is, as Gemma said, 10% more, would you say more efficient?
More efficient than its predecessor.
Than the predecessor of this, okay? $70 gets this home. It's $100 off. You're not going to find this price anywhere else. It is because our relationship with at Dyson that we have these prices, but that also means there's a limited amount that we have available for you to get at this price. So I would say do not wait. You're picking from black or white, whatever kind of matches your inside decor or even outside. Remember, you can use this in the garage, use it in the lanai, but it is just $70 to get this home with that free shipping. And nowhere else can you get it home and try it for 30 days. And then if you don't love it, you can send it back. But nowhere else can you do that but here at HSN. I mean, I would tell them, Gemma, to take the test. If they take it in for a test drive, right? And try it out for themselves.
Oh my goodness. And I get asked questions here that I don't normally get asked. So it puts, you know, I'm like, oh goodness, because once you've worked with Dyson, you've experienced the difference, there is a difference. It's that Dyson difference. And the 2-year warranty gives you that peace of mind to know it's going to work exactly as we're describing. You know, I snuck over here and took a seat because I don't know, I'm going to stand up and not sit where I'm going to sit in a moment. I want you to see if you noticed anything over here, because I certainly didn't.
No.
And I represent, and I was like, oh my goodness, there's one sitting over there. That's what I'm talking about. It really just blends well with your space. If you follow me over here, there's a white and silver version of our Dyson Bladeless cooling fan, and it's just sitting over here blending in. Now, I wouldn't necessarily put one of the, you know, what would we say? The established, the originals, the OGs. We wouldn't necessarily just leave a heavy top fan here because we're proud of our homes and we want to make sure that what we're bringing into it encourages the aesthetic that we're going for, and that's what the Dyson Bladeless fan does. So you're not burying it in your attic or tucking it away in the cellar or covering it in the closet. You're not digging it out. When those temperatures come, and they are coming, you just said they're going to be record breaking.
Yes.
You're going to be ready because you're going to be proactive, not reactive.
Well, that, and now you're going to potentially save money on that huge electric bill, right? Remember, your air conditioning is going to be running. Why not have that fan that's going to make your AC more effective, possibly save you some money because you are being more energy efficient. And remember, this is not just a fan. It is a cooling fan. You are getting the most up-to-date technology from Dyson, a name brand that we know, love, and trust. For just $70, you can get this one home. It's such a great deal. I'm gonna stand over here though, Gemma, because I'm getting cold again. So I have to go back here. But no, I mean, it's so good. I can't wait for everyone to get this home. And if you've already grabbed one, congratulations. For those of you who are on the fence about it, just do it. Get it home on the FlexPay. Try it out. You have 30 days to be able to